Hello. Alrighty. Welcome to officially the first video of the channel. This is gonna be a little introduction. I don't know if anybody has done this before. I call this Game and Yap. So basically, what's gonna happen is we're just gonna surprise, surprise, game and yap. So I have specific topics per video, kind of a podcast and gaming type dealio, I think. I don't know. Well, we'll see how it goes. So yeah, let's go ahead and create a new world for this. Surprise, surprise. Who thought that the name was going to be like this? Hard, as always. And let's get into this. So, the topic for this video, I feel like, starting off easy, we're going to talk about dinosaurs. And first off, savannah. Who likes savannah? Not me. Gross biome. But the topic of this video is dinosaurs. Woohoo! Felt like starting off with a topic that I know somewhat about. You know, I feel like every child has had some kind of obsession. At least boys used to, have an obsession with dinosaurs at some point in their lives. Also, this tree might take forever to cut down because it's massive. But yeah. So, what do I want to talk about with dinosaurs, you may ask? Well, I don't have anything written down, so this might be horrible or great. We shall see. So, I have loved dinosaurs for as long as I could remember. Who wouldn't? A little boy sees some huge reptile, and it's just cool. It just appeals to the brain. And basically, lost my train of thought there. But speaking of trains, who watched Dinosaur Train as a kid? I used to love that show. I don't know I don't think it's still going on anymore. If someone can check me on that would be great. But I used to love that show so much. I watched it every single time it was on. Watched it as much as I could as a kid. And I learned so much from that show. And it was a great source of information. But, growing up, kind of lost interest in, a kid's show. And I kind of stepped away from dinosaurs, which is sad because as a kid I wanted to be a paleontologist. I feel like every child, every boy wanted to be a paleontologist at some point in their lives. But yeah, kind of stepped away. And for a while, I lost all my knowledge of dinosaurs, which is a shame because they're so cool. And I feel like, at least for me, it's very impressive when someone just talks about something that they're passionate about and they know a lot. But I lost all my knowledge. I'm not as smart as I once was. And I can't really, I don't know the scientific names of most things anymore. But recently, I started kind of getting back into the dinosaur scene. And I've been trying to get better at it, but, it takes a while. Especially for me to remember things. But anyways, speaking of dinosaurs, first of all, I have a question for you all. If you guys could pick any dinosaur to have as a pet, what would you pick? Because I feel like you can have a really cool dinosaur as a pet. I personally, oh my gosh, what am I doing here with my hotbar? Oh my, it's just gross. Personally, I would pick, honestly, I kind of would vibe with the Triceratops. I think it would be nice, like, you know, good little buddy to ride on. You know, it's got freaking 3 huge horns. Pretty sick. Or I mean a T-Rex, but I feel like a T-Rex would just like eat you if you try to ride it. Or you can pull like an Ark Survival Evolved and just shoot him with a bunch of tranks and then feed him narcotics and meat until you finally tame him. Speaking of Ark Survival Evolved, if you haven't played it, super fun. Not great on your PC. Oh, let's go. Ruined portal, let's go. Can we go to the Nether? Who thinks we can go to the Nether? I don't think so. I don't think so. Yeah, no, we're not going. Pants and boots, let's go, guys. And a village. Oh, huge. Sorry, got distracted there. What was I saying? Oh yeah, T-Rex and Ark Survival Evolved. If you haven't played Ark Survival Evolved, super fun. Not great. What's it called? Optability or optimization. Not super great. It will take massive toll on your computer, but it's super fun. I haven't played it as much as I would like, but it is really fun. Highly recommend. I will yoink this chest because wood. I might also take beds. You know, the classic raid of a village. But yeah, Ark Survival, super fun game. Highly recommend if you haven't tried it. But make sure that your PC can handle it first. Kind of moving away from dinosaurs for a second. I kind of want to talk about what I have planned for this channel. Hopefully this iron golem. Okay, I don't think it could get me. But yeah, this is just some ideas I have. I kind of want to talk about some topics I'm passionate about, or if you guys have any suggestions of what to talk about, leave them below. But I just kind of want to talk about things I enjoy and kind of have more of a podcasty format. Hi, little child. Because I don't know about you guys, but I am pretty lazy, and I don't know how much I'd enjoy editing. Never done it before. We will see. Oh, I was gonna make a hoe. That's right. Smart decision, guys. Iron hoe. No, it is not smart. But yeah, kind of more of a podcast vibe to it. And yeah, we're just gonna play this by ear. I don't know how much editing I will do. I've never done that before. But I think I could do basic stuff. We'll see. Anyways, I just wanted a way to output more creative ideas that I have. And I feel like this is a good way to do so. But I am not the best at talking, so we will see how far I can talk to nobody. Maybe I can start talking to the villagers, the voices in my head. But plans for this world, kind of like what what I want to do. Oh no, I realized something, guys. We have shaders. I was going to start the video off with shaders, and I forgot to do that. Well, anyways, moving on. You guys didn't see anything. But kind of what I want to do with this world is, you know, as I yap, talk about different topics, gather resources, supplies, whatever it may be. And then at the end of the video, you know, I would say to have like a little time lapse of me building a house or building of some kind, and do a time lapse of that. But I don't have replay mod installed, and as much as I would want to, I kind of don't want to figure that out right now. And so we're just gonna vibe, and as I yap, I will also build. Probably cut some, you know, material grinding, like for basic stone, granite. I don't know what kind of building material building I want to do. We'll see. But kind of that general direction is what we're gonna do. You know, build and yap. Some would say, oh, there's a blacksmith, yo, huge, hiding behind a hill. But some would say this would be a game in yap. I said the thing, guys, I said the thing. We can now retire. Game officially ended. I'm retiring. But yeah. Ooh. I thought this was going to be a cooler cave. I'm a sucker for cool caves. But anyways, getting back on track, back to dinosaurs. I know I'm kind of going all over the place. Yo, this is better than... Holy moly. 3 achievements in a row. Okay, I kind of want to steal... these furnace. Probably should not go in the cave. Tempting. Also, what is this generation? Okay, I would have been so ashamed if I missed that jump. I'm not a huge parkour guy, but would not have been great. But sorry, I got distracted there. Back on track with dinosaurs. Again, I don't have anything written down. Probably should have. But I'm not really the type of guy to plan super well. But back with dinosaurs, what do I want to say? You know what, let's talk about my favorite dinosaur, which over the years has changed a lot. I used to like velociraptors, the Jurassic Park kind, until I realized that, or until I found out that velociraptors were not in fact that size, and they were in fact the size of little itty bitty chickens. So that kind of did not enjoy learning about that as a kid. But in recent years, my favorite dinosaur has moved to the Spinosaurus, which I'm pretty sure most of you guys have heard of or have seen reels, TikToks of the Spinosaurus with the animal. I think that's what the name of the song is. The animal I've become. I forgot by who, but you know, very classic Spinosaurus song. But you may ask, hey, Squilly, why is the Spinosaurus your favorite dinosaur? Well, let me tell you, it looks really cool. And not only that, I really like the history. Oh, this cave, this looks cool. Hardest part about Minecraft. finding a place to build your base. But going back to Spinosaurus, my beloved, it has really looked really it looks really cool, and the history is pretty interesting. I'm sure most of you dinosaur nerds know or have learned about the history of the Spinosaurus, but for those of you who are not so enlightened, I almost died there. The history of the Spinosaurus started. Oh, my dates are super out of the. What am I trying to say? The dates I do not have remembered as well. Used to have them remembered, not anymore. But back before World War II, the first skeleton of Spinosaurus was discovered, and they did not have a lot to work with. I think they had like a few, I don't know, actual fossils like bones, and they're all over the place. That they knew that they had a sail. They found a sail fossil, so they knew that it had a sail, but they did not have enough to have a good idea of what the Spinosaurus looked like. So what they did is they hung it up. It was in Germany, by the way. They found the first skeleton was found in Germany, or not skeleton. First fossils were found in Germany. They hung it up in a museum, and they kind of, had an idea that it was kind of like a T-Rex, kind of more upright, because back then, they did not have a good idea of the posture of the dinosaurs. So kind of slapped a sail on T-Rex, called it good. And unfortunately, and I'm really sad about this, this is what war does. When World War II happened, there was some kind of bombing in Germany, and surprise, surprise, bomb landed and blasted the museum. And my inventory is so full. And the little fossils that they had of Spinosaurus was lost and got destroyed, and they did not have any more fossils to kind of research or study Spinosaurus. And it wasn't until later, I don't know exactly, again, my timeline, do not remember it anymore, but over the years they found more fossils, not great complete skeletons, but it was something. And we have the Jurassic Park 3 adaptation, probably the coolest, one of the coolest Spinosaurus adaptations. The classic horizontal, very T-Rex, long snout, sail slapped on top, huge. In the Jurassic Park 3, it completely destroyed that T-Rex. Again, kind of dropping my love for Jurassic Park. The T-Rex was juvenile, but still. Destroy the T-Rex, and then ate that guy with the phone. We got the classic, horror with the T-Rex or with the Spinosaurus. Every time, you hear that ringtone, you know he's close. But super cool. Love that movie. Definitely is overhyped, but I don't care. I love that movie with a passion. We got a swamp over there too. Sick. What are you doing, my guy? But super cool. Love the movie. And then I can't remember exactly when it was, but somewhat recently, they found more fossils of Spinosaurus, and they updated, whichever one you prefer, the Spinosaurus, and it became much more of a horizontal, kind of walking on 2 legs as well as 4 legs, and more importantly, much more aquatic. They found out that they got more fossils on the tail, and they realized that it had more of like an eel-like tail, you know, paddle-esque in design. And I think they also found out that it was a bit smaller too, but in general is much more aquatic than they originally thought. Now, what am I going to get rid of? Flint. I have a flint and steel. I like using my pickaxe as early fuel, but then again, I also have a ton of coal. So what we're going to do is that. Also, I should have grabbed a bed from the village. We're going to do that now, because I do not like nighttime with very little armor, no shield. I could make a shield, but I'll do that later. Going back to the village. Oh, it's kind of far away. Ooh. But Spinosaurus, they found out it was more aquatic than they originally thought. And, you know, I think most people don't like that. But I like how different it looks from, you know, from other dinosaurs. And I also kind of like the progression, you know, how far it's come, you know, the changes that were made throughout the years. Also, I forgot that oh no, there's a bed in here. We chilling, gang. We chilling. But I like the progression, the timeline. You know, it was first this upright, basic T-Rex with a sail on top of its back, and then, you know, the gradual progression to its own kind of dinosaur, kind of more, you know, T-Rex-esque. Had a longer snout. You know, classic Jurassic Park 3 dinosaur. But now it's this, you know, unique looking dinosaur, which I really find, I don't know why I almost said attractive. You know, that Spinosaurus does something to a man. But it looks really cool. I like it. Also, I don't know where to build, guys. I'm very indecisive when it comes to building a Minecraft base. I like water. I like fishing. Oh, speaking of water, actually, guys, I think we might have found a place to build. I think this is it, guys. Chickens, animals, forest. Yum, yum. Okay, gang. I think we're going to build here. I have decided. Also, I should change out this gold legging for the iron. But it's shiny. Anyways, okay, guys. I think... Oh. Maybe we don't build here. I hate leaf litter. But it is good fuel, I guess. Alright, gang, let's... I'm going to organize this chest, and then organize my inventory, and then I will cut back, and we will get on with more dinosaurs, more building, more awesomeness. See you guys in a sec. All right, welcome back, guys. Organize my inventory, organize the chest a little bit, and now what we're gonna do is slap some stuff in the furnace, and we're gonna start deforestation. I would say cue time lapse, but I do not have the replay mod, as I said before, so. Yeah, I think what we're going to do now is start collecting materials and start, you know, laying out, think of what we want to do here, and we'll go from there. So let's get mining after I cut down this tree, because I don't like it. It's looking at me funny. And this time, we got the top logs. We're healing, guys. We're healing. All right. First of all, I saw some diorite. Will I use diorite? Probably not. Also, I feel like I'm going to get lost and not find my cave or my house when I'm smoking. Oh, the ocean, guys. It's the ocean. But diorite might come in handy for a future build. Possibly. Yum yum diorite. Also, have you guys seen that video with the guy that's like, ooh, what is this? Ooh, diorite. And then like 5 seconds later, he finds more diorite and he's like, ooh, what is this? Oh, diorite. Pretty funny. You know what? Let's move on. Oh my. Oh, I pulled up on the wrong neighborhood, guys. A wrong neighborhood. But I was gonna say, kind of want to talk about dragons. I feel like they're dinosaur-esque. And another thing that tickles my brain. Dragons, they're like dinosaurs, but with wings, right? Sorry for that weird cut, guys. I just lost my train of thought there. Who knew it was hard to talk for this long? Dragons are another thing I kind of, you know, was obsessed with as a kid. I'm still obsessed with them still. Things have not changed. I watched a lot of movies with dragons in them. Dragonheart, if you've seen that, you know, such a good movie, at least from what I remember. I think we should make our little cave in here, because if we go the other direction, we might run into the water, and I do not want to deal with water. But Dragonheart, I remember loving it as a kid, you know, as a boy who, I think it was a boy. I can't remember the plot super well. I know it was the king. It was like a king. Like his heart got connected with a dragon's somehow, you know, plot-wise. That happened. And the dragon that its heart connected to found this boy, and I can't remember exactly the plot of it, but they became tight. And they had fun together, I think. And I just remember wishing I was that boy, you know, having this cool dragon. Appealed very much to my young brain. Who knows, maybe we might find diamonds. That would, you know, be cool, but I kind of want to take this a little slower. You know, we're vibing here. Oh, yes, this is what we wanted. I've never really built with granite, so we will see how I do. I'm pretty new to building. All I know is texture is good. We like texturing. But yeah, dragons are cool. I don't know if there's any good media. I know there's Game of Thrones that has dragons, but I'm not gonna lie, I do not watch Game of Thrones, nor do I plan on watching Game of Thrones. But other than that, I don't know if there's any other like dragon, like relatively newer dragon in media stuff. I mean, okay, I lied. I don't know why I forgot about the biggest and coolest movie that has dragons in it. How to Train Your Dragon. has the coolest soundtrack, coolest dragons, characters. Oh, okay. I'm going a little How to Train Your Dragon tangent here. Night Furies, sick, bro. I will not lie, I have not seen the remake. I don't know, like the live action How to Train Your Dragon. I don't know. If it comes up, people want to watch it, I will probably watch it. But I don't know if it's as good as the original. I just, why not watch the original? The original was good. And if there's some scenes that were not kept in the remake, the live action, and it was almost as good as the original, then why watch the remake? But How to Train Your Dragon, I loved How to Train Your Dragon. Just the thought of riding and flying through the air on a dragon just seems so cool. Sometimes I wish that dragons were real, but kind of, in a similar boat as having like a T-Rex as a pet, that they will probably kill you faster than you can tame it. I mean, look at How to Train Your Dragon. Hiccup they were pretty far on, like, in their generation. Like, they've been fighting dragons for a long time before Hiccup came around and actually proposed the idea of befriending the dragons. So probably in the same boat as that. If dragons came around, then we'd probably get destroyed first, and then we would have the cool dragons as pets thing later. Kind of going back, I'm jumping around a lot. I'm sorry. I'll probably plan the next episode a little better, plot points on what to talk about. Also, I'm very new to this whole recording, yapping your ear off thing, so I apologize. But jumping back to dragons, dinosaurs that I remembered while talking about dragons. And I'll probably jump back to dragons later. I just thought of something else as well. But first off, Switch and Go Dinos. I don't know if you guys have played with those before. They're like this dinosaur transformer thing, where they transformed from cars or other vehicles into dinosaurs, and they had like this electronic part with like screen that had their eyes, and they had like different emotions and stuff. I had a huge collection of that, and it was awesome. I love those things. I remember saving up my allowance when I did chores and stuff, and just buying so many Switch and Go Dinos. Yeah, I loved them to death. Unfortunately, I kind of wish I still had them, but as a child, when yard sales came around and my family did those, I liked having money as a kid because I was also into video games, and I wanted money for video games, so I would sell things I didn't play with as much, and unfortunately, the fate of my Switch and Go Dinos were sealed. I sold them, got the money, and most likely bought video games with that money. But going back to How to Train Your Dragon and games, I guess, I don't know if you guys have ever played... Oh, I already have another pickaxe. I don't know if you guys have played this How to Train Your Dragon game on the DS, but that exists. And I have my 3DS and the game, so I could potentially play that sometime. Maybe if we reach a certain goal, I will play that game, as well as another game on the DS that I loved as a kid. Surprise, surprise, Fossil Fighters. Pokemon meets Dinosaurs. So cool. I love that game. I know some other content creators have done a thing with Fossil Fighters, kind of like a playthrough, giving their thoughts and gameplay. But I think that'd be pretty cool. I haven't played it in a while, like 10 years or so. So I think it'd be fun to revisit and see how well it holds up to this day. I remember when I played it as a kid, I hated the... For those who have played Fossil Fighters, there's when you're cleaning the fossils, there's an aspect where you blow to remove the dust. I hated that as a kid because I don't know if it was like a thing with my DS or whatever, if I just wasn't, blowing correctly. But I did not do well with that. I'm going to get another stack of granite, and then we'll hit up this andesite. But I did not like the blowing part. All of the other parts of Fossil Fighters was super fun. Love that game to death. And if the channel does well, I can also make that a milestone. And also for sake of having an even number, we are going to put that there. I don't need an extra piece of granite. It will just annoy me. But yeah, let's say, oh man, I don't really like thinking of numbers. But if we get, let's just say, I don't know. I'll let you guys, if you guys want Fossil Fighters, if you want me to play Fossil Fighters first, or How to Train Your Dragon first, then we can go from there. Maybe like 1,000. I don't know, gang. 1,000 subscribers. We can do. It seems weird to say. To just say, 1,000 subscribers. We'll play this game. Because it just doesn't even. I don't know. I just want to vibe, If this does well, then it does well. If it doesn't do well, then oh well. I'll keep doing it. Get better. Hold my craft. Vibe. Who knows? Maybe I'll start streaming at some point because I do not like editing. Or I feel like I won't like editing. I don't knock it till you try it, but I am a very unmotivated person. #/shout out to depression. But we'll see. Maybe I enjoy editing more than I think I will, and then I will continue with the YouTube grind and kind of focus less, or have less of a goal on streaming. But yeah, we'll think of a milestone, and we can play Fossil Fighters. I don't know how that's gonna work. How am I gonna stream or record that? I'll research it once the time comes. That's a future me problem. But yeah, Fossil Fighters. There's another game I have. Actually, I have it here at my desk. Give me a moment. There's another game I used to play that was for the 3DS. That had 3D functionality. #3DS. Here, let me have my games here, my 3DS games. There's actually a couple dinosaur games I used to play the heck out of. I'm pulling out all my 3DS games. So I know there's one. Okay. I have one. Oh, here we go. Here's the other. Oh, here's the other one. I found it. Do you like the rustling of the bad guys? Okay. Two other DS/3DS games that I loved playing as a kid, besides Fossil Fighters. The first one was, wow, such an original name. Combat of Giants, Dinosaurs 3D. And from what I remembered of the game, you just play as a dinosaur. It's like kind of like I think a predetermined path that you take, and you play as a dinosaur, and you just like go along this path, and you face other dinosaurs, and you just fight. Surprise, surprise! Combat of giants. Who would have thought? But haven't really played it since I was a kid, so my memory is lacking. But the other game that I loved playing as a kid was Digging for Dinosaurs. I do remember a little bit more of this game. I think I completed it, or I got really close. You have this museum, and your goal is to complete the museum, fill out the exhibits, dig for dinosaurs, and complete the museum and its exhibits. I remember loving that game, digging, that thought of digging for dinosaurs and then hoping that you would get a cool dinosaur or one that you haven't gotten before. But yeah, I love that game. So yeah, kind of sounded, listening off these games, I had a lot more dinosaur games than I remember having. But they were all super fun. Have fond memories of them all. But definitely Fossil Fighters had the fondest memory of that game, more than any other. So would love to play it again. So if we get to a certain milestone, I'll probably think of it later, or I don't know. We'll see how well this video does. Then we will play it. We'll play it. I also will not be getting all of the granite and andesite because when I played in another world with my friends, I mined a whole vein of andesite, and I had almost an entire double chest worth of andesite. And surprise, I have not used any of it. I thought I was gonna make my build out of it, and I ended up not building with it. So I have just a stockpile. So I will not make that same mistake. I think 3 stacks is good, because I also want to get a bunch of stone or cobblestone. I don't know what the house is gonna be. I am not, like I said before earlier in the video, not a huge planner. Most of my builds have just been from the noggin, straight from the dome. So we'll see. We'll see how this turns out. I think I should have all of the necessary materials. Just gonna get some more cobblestone. But yeah, I will cut back to when I have probably, let's see, how much cobblestone do I have? Probably don't need a lot, maybe 4 stacks, because I know I will need more cobblestone for just building in the future, and tools and other pistons, and there's other crafting recipes. So I'll get some more of that. But I'll cut to when I have maybe 5 stacks, maybe not 4. When I have 5 stacks of cobblestone. So I'll probably think of some more ideas to yab about as I build. Or maybe I'll just do a time lapse of quote unquote time lapse. It'll just be first person, me mining at high speed, or not mining, building at high speeds. So yeah, I'll try recording any interesting things that happen. Probably not. I'll be in here for a while. But I'll think of some more topics to talk about, and not topics, more dinosaur related things to talk about, and I will see you guys when I am stoned up. All right, welcome back. Got some more stone, got some actual stone cooking up here. And I have the materials. I don't know why I put my dirt there. I think I missed looking for granite. But we're gonna lay out kind of the general shape. It's not going to be anything too big, I hope, because I feel like the bigger the project, the easier it is to get lost in the sauce, as I like to say. But we're gonna do some basic, oak. I think oak will be the main color, that kind of brown tan look. And then the roof will be granite. I think will look nice. And then some stony and andesite accents. Should be cool. Anyways, this will be a first-person montage. See how it goes. If it looks decent, then I'll keep doing it. Or if you guys like it, I'll keep doing it. Otherwise, I can install the replay mod. I'll figure that out. But anyways, let us get crack-a-lackin'. Hey guys, Editor Squilly here. I tried to keep this video under an hour. As you can tell, did not work out. My original goal for this video was around 25, 35 minutes. Really did not work out. I really underestimated how much I can talk for and how long this would take. So, thank you so much if you've gotten this far. I know this video is pretty good if you're doing something else in the background. Just have, something playing while you're working, playing some other video game or whatever. So I appreciate it if you've gotten this far, and I hope you enjoyed the rest of the video. Goodbye! All right. The house has been built. And I think this is where we will leave off for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the first video of Game in the App, and I will see you all in the next one.